Come on in, friends, come on in. Actually, ready to roll for once. Fearless Watto, friends. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Just unfurling varying controllers. Got my coffee. Song in my heart. Martin, how you doing? Watto, friends. Come on in, come on in. Now then, now then. Come on, Greyjoy, Watto, Watto, come on in. Come on in, friends.
What hope?
Watto indeed, J-Post. 22 months, friends. Is that the first 22 combo? No. Had a yeah. Everyone had their 22s on Saturday. God, what a day. J-Post. Good to have you with, friend. 22 freaking months. Philip saying their evaluation project accepted by Hairbrained. Ooh. I'm shamelessly going to ride your tails. Your coat tails if you make it into Hairbrained. You're like, friend. Hey, I'm indie. I gotta work with what I got. Didn't mind they took the extra time to learn Python and polish up C#. Feeling a little relieved by that. Way cool, Fearless. Way cool. I know you've been putting a lot of hours on that stuff, so once again, fingers crossed for you. So, Graphite Sparrow, Shackled Draconis to Dream, Watto, friends. Come on in, come on in. Tell me your tales. The Dreamer's like, not gonna be doing my usual chores today because there's a giant bloody storm. So hello. Hello to you. How are you doing? Square Peg Watto. Way cool. Whoever that was that picked up the humble book bundle on game design and animation, thank you kindly. But occasionally it uses a comma instead of a full stop, which occasionally makes me stop for just a minute. Someone spent €1,300 on books. I buy the nut. Oh wait, no, never mind. Ah, right, you lovely Mother Hubbards. I'm trying.
Reactor online, sensors online, weapons online, all systems final.
Yeah, 9 months with you guys, 3.
9 months indeed. British Beaver, thank you, y'all. Got your new golden shiny boat. There is but one boat left for you to collect. Steeped in blood and steel. No, seriously. Thank you, y'all. God. Oh!
What hope? Viking 64 Fender, Viking 64 Fender.
Van Beast, you heckin' legend. And that's 22 months at a tier 2. That is a lot of. That is very old. Apparently I've forgotten how to speak words good like, so I'm just going to flail incoherently and hope that at least conveys a little bit of thanks. Because one of you cheeky bad words in-house, Carl. God, Rami's probably got like a 12-month streak. Like, I'm gonna have to get him back on the show just so we can find out. Whoever that was, fucking thank you, yo. Oh, yeah. J-Post is asking if resubs count for trades. Thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, they feckin' do. They really heckin' do. So we're gonna have FLCL Jams trade before we, as someone asked, Yeet us that fetus with Norman Reedus. Now, I'm really looking forward to getting back into Death Stranding. Like, it's only been a week since we played it, but I have been jonesing to get back to it. It's an absolute heckin' joy.
Storm to Storm.
Storm Force wins! That seems a very G Gundam style move. Although it's probably actually referencing genuine real storms hitting places in the world at the moment. And to Tina, the MF Valkyrie, it is indeed popping off. Though one might argue that it popped off a lot more on Saturday. Still recovering. But okay, I'd say I recovered from it like yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. I mean, Greyjoy, they don't mess around. But, sorry, please don't think of as being dismissive there. So, Vanderbeest, Greyjoy, J-Post, thank you for filling the pint glass, you feckin' legends. Along with Shackle. And all of you procking your 22 months like it's no big deal, you bunch of cool kids. Yeah, Wraith, Saturday was a heckin' day. Well, Vanderbeest, be safe. I'll try and be entertaining enough because you're stuck indoors, like more so than usual. So, you got this.
Choo choo. It's month 22. Celebrating train level 2.
Feck, yes. You feckin' ledge. And like 22 months at tier 2. I'm gonna try not to think about how much support that is in a general sphere, because then I'll probably crumble under the weight of how much loveliness that is.
That's about 22, the default port number of the SSH protocol.
Oh. Took me a second to register that one, Airman, but I did actually know that. But I only learned about SSH stuff from playing Shadowrun mods back in the day. That's actually how I learned to use like Telnet and all that stuff. Sad, I know. And Alpha, do you really want to know?
Stop that incessant
I can answer your question, but do you want to know? Oh, the Dreamer's giving a sub to Mr. Squarepeg. Feckin', you're right, it is all happening today. So, Earl and Ehrman both celebrating 22 months, both at tier 2. That's a feckin' ledge. Then the Dreamer gifted a sub to the crowd, which is heckin' cool, and that went to Mrs. Squarepeg. So to Dreamer, reppin' House Carl. Man, all the houses are out today. The Dreamer's saying that the animals are safe, brought in as many peaches as they could grab. There we go. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. More on that story at 11. Sadlin sneaking in there. Wow, the alerts are desperately trying to catch up.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
I guess he'll hop on this train.
I mean, if it's trundling past, am I right? I did make toast. You're not smelling toast. Oh, okay. Fiona just took her head round the corner and was like, "Did you make toast?" It's usually the question before a very, very bad afternoon.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Stepagen, you heckin' ledge. So yeah,
We are the
Sadlin,
sub.
Stepagen, 22 months as well. Aww. Mr. potentially partially hungover. We almost missed the train there. Oh my god, big man. Look at this whole nugget. Hey! Nom Nom bringing their peeps in. What, oh friend? And a level 2 train just to start the day.
Just look at him in camera.
Just bury your face in it. May I introduce to you one whole loaf.
He's like, no.
Mother!
Ouch. What's that?
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons
was
online.
normal.
All systems nominal.
Oh, there we go. Right when my favorite song is playing, Pride Love.
He's such a little love.
Prolo, I wish I could tell you I planned specifically for that song to be on pure coincidence, but another 22 months, yo. No. Oh, that's a terrifying measure of subscriber value in the number of banh mi. No, it's a terrifying amount of food. You lot are a poor to be reckoned with. Yeah, he's just like, oh, I'm okay. Yes, hello. Nom Nom won 2 matches of Fall Guys today. Congrats.
Nice. I still need to pick that
Oh look, it's my turn too. You'll never be rid of his will.
up.
XD.
Not touching my fetus.
Touch the fooders. Aaron, thank you as well. Like, 22 months is fucking legend. I mean, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're all stuck in here with me. I'm amazed any of you come back. Yes, you do. Little Peru. I mean, the nuggets probably help. Let's be honest.
Oh, somebody's ready to cuddle.
Aww.
Alright, for a cuddle, but you have to say goodbye.
I would have driven the train, but the train was very quick, and I was too busy eating parsley.
Okay, I go now.
Can tell. Oh, the nugget, Beast of Bronze. That nugget knows. That nugget knows. Beast of Bronze was saying that nugget has no idea what's going on. I'm like, nah. He knows. He knows. Yeah. Yep. He's the OG nug. Oh, so, everyone who has just joined, Watto and welcome. Nom Nom, thank you for bringing peeps in. We did do my Twilight already. Just wait, why is it going this way? I can't. Why can't he let me have nice things? There we go. Sorry about that. We are going to be continuing with Norman Reedus, Adventures with a Fetus. As I was saying as everybody was coming in, I'm really looking forward to getting back to this today, and I think it is just the general sense of, like, making the world better, not by shooty gun bang or punching, but by taking packages to people and making their lives a little bit better. Tim Fox with, so I've been stockpiling Monster Energy drinks for today. Where should I put these? I mean, we'll just plug them into whatever the little BB's like sleeping in. That's why the little water around the BB is like such an odd colour. It's just Monster Energy. Vanderbeest. Norman Reedus, Danger Fetus. Also, I accidentally left the light on behind me, so that's why the Gandams are looking so over the top.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Yo! J-Post, that's feckin' rad. J-Post just gifted us something to box. Who's currently just chilling in It's been a weekend. It's been a weekend. I was like, whoa, I'm Magic the Gathering cards are still in the post. Could you deliver them to me? Thanks. Yes, I can. Unless you give me some weird nonsense like they've got to stay perfectly flat like a pizza. Which case? So help me. Yeah, all along, you're right. Monster Energy drink was actually the spice melange. You have to soak babies in it to give them magical powers. Not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know that. The spice must flow, and so too does Monster Energy. Okay, joking aside though, I can't believe that there's, I guess, the sheer level of things creeping on me, that I'm now getting recommendations for full just crates of it. Like, I need Google to calm and stop trying to sell me all Monster. Oh, so, games industry news. We've not actually been short of things to chat about. Blizzard's going through the ringer again. As kind of like when people found out that Rockstar was not very good to their employees. There was a Bloomberg expose over the weekend. Did it come out yesterday? Time travel's weird. But basically reporting the average wages and stuff at Blizzard, they're not great. And I found myself being in another round of, wait, didn't everyone already know this? And I don't know, I've been spending a lot of time the last day or so trying to think about what notable things, what common knowledge things do I know about the games industry that people might not. And it's a really hard conversation to have with yourself. Mine meant to wean off the one monster. I haven't had any. Though I'm still partial to Red Bull now and then. And I mean, Dreamer, I don't know anything about the behind the scenes of the Hearthstone team, so I don't want to comment like I know in terms of the full working conditions and stuff, but pay in AAA is really trash. They're especially anyone working up internally. To Fluffy Blue Alien. Watto! Come on in. I am just partially banging out a tweet, and then we're going to be delivering stuff with Norman Reedus. Ehrman says I've heard a lot of mixed things about Blizzard's work environment. Hey!
2 years approach.
You approach me with 2 years? Caffeine, cheers to you, friend. I hope the pre-prep for packing isn't going too preposterously painful. Nah, didn't work. I gave it a good run. But thank you kindly, Baron Ransack. Watto!
Here's a good rule of thumb. Does your workplace make your compensation secret and you're not allowed to tell others about it?
Yep.
If so, someone is getting screwed over. Probably the majority of folks, so most likely you too.
Yes. There was a wonderful, actually weirdly college humor video about how you should absolutely talk about your pay with your co-workers. But that's a here nor there kind of conversation. I don't want to seem as if I'm like a grand master in employment. I can tell you that it was pretty common knowledge if you were working in large studios and AAA environments that the best way to get pay rise was to leave. Going to another studio meant a big old incremental bump, especially if you were headhunted. And naming no names, but I know people who jumped around a couple studios and ended back where they started, and their paycheck was a massive amount higher. Whereas someone who had stayed at the same studio and just had incremental or performance-based pay rises would have been still kind of peanuts. To Beast of Bronze, you're right, I didn't have it up on the schedule for this week. However, do you still have a link to the Kickstarter? Because let's give that a punt. So friends, sorry. What Beast of Bronze is talking about in chat is their game Barony is still free on the Epic Store. It's a multiplayer kind of co-op dungeon crawler. It looks really fresh. What is killing me is I cannot remember the game it reminded me of, which was a Lovecraftian FPS roguelike. They're currently kickstarting the Switch version, which strikes me as a wonderful thing to have exist in the world. So, friends, you can pick up the game for no monies on Epic right now, and then have a look over on and then consider yoting one's funds towards a Switch version. And yeah, Shackle, you're not wrong. That is a lot of nonsense the way things work. But it's definitely a case of when working in large companies, when working for large companies in games, there is, more often than not, staying as a long-term salaried individual results the lowest amount of incremental increases. Jumping between studios will definitely bump your pay up, but it's also risky. Not every studio is awful, but so I worked at the Creative Assembly, and I started as bog standard. So I was QA Sega side, then QA CA, and then worked my way up from there. So it was always like internal progression. And I'm not dissing on CA, they were good to me. But for the amount that I was putting out, if they had advertised for the things that I was doing for my skill set, if they'd advertised for that external, they would have had to have paid someone a lot more. And it's, I don't know. Like, people don't go into games to make it rich. Oh, and Baron Ransack, I hope I said hello when you came on in. Some of the larger studios do generally have been known to essentially use their pedigree as a reasoning for lower paychecks as well. So it's like, I'm trying to think how to phrase it. I mean, if we're picking on Blizzard, the idea that you're working for Blizzard, this is a prestigious company. This is the kind of place where people stay. You know, you get a sword and a shield once you've done your tenure. Like, there was a time when it was seen as one of the big old standards. And so the idea that you were going to work there was very much, it was on you as the individual to prove your worth, prove your kind of value, compared to this grand idea. Unitax is saying it's the same in the IT world. I mean, okay. Like, I mean, friends, I don't know if you saw, Thor has been talking a lot about this on his show, on social media. Like, he worked at Blizz for a while. Thinking back on it now, I think almost every person I used to know at Blizzard has left. I don't think I know anyone that still works there. And yeah, XD Johnny XP, what, old friend? Sorry, bear with me a second. I'm just banging out a tweet in the background. God, we almost had a double will there. Ugh. A horrible concept. And Baron Rand's like, I wouldn't go so far as to say that they are puppets of the Chinese government. They're not important enough. However, China is such a massive market for them that they are beholden to the Chinese censorship.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Almost,
All
Catros,
systems go.
almost!
Also, almost 2 years.
Cheers to you. 22 months, you fucking ledge. Oh. I don't know, Temp Fox. What you need to do is get the little tug-along hover train. Get a little hover skateboard thingy. I'm sure we've got one in the back. That'll make it way easier. Lift with your robo legs, not with your back. But yeah, Blizzard is now very much beholden to the Chinese market and have been for a while. That isn't uncommon. A lot of the big studios are making a huge bulk of their revenue coming from China, and Blizzard's always had a huge presence in pretty much all the Asian territories. Actually, I don't know how Blizzard titles do in Japan. Never actually looked into that. Huh. But I can assure you that while Blizzard's examples of underpay and things like that are very egregious, they're shite all compared to places like Rockstar and things like that. Yeah. The larger that a studio becomes, the less value is placed on the individual. And so, like, if you're not OG or senior staff, moving between different moving between different studios can make you a very, very attractive asset. Especially if your name is attached to a creative part of a big successful game. That's what a lot of people used to aim to do. The idea was get 3 years AAA under your belt with at least one big name title, then you can work anywhere. And the thing is, it still works. Like, if you tell people that you worked on, like, The Witcher 3, people go, ooh. Having a named game like that under your belt works well, and to say that, you know, HR departments and recruiters aren't aware of that would be a lie. Oh, so Baron Ransack, the reason why I was rephrasing that one is, one of the things I try and do here is talk about things, when it comes to games industry and biz dev and that, is try and talk about things as honestly as I can. I don't agree with Blizzard's statements about the protests in Hong Kong. I don't think it needs saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm very much not pro-totalitarian fascist government. Shocking, I know. I'm not a political... I don't have much weight under my belt when it comes to study of, like, political sciences and things like that, so I'm not going to try and explain to you, like, Hong Kong as a situation. It's complex as heck, but it is worth reading up on. However, the reason why Blizzard and Communications have been so staunch to be against the protests in Hong Kong is because their main market is China. And, God, we often hear the term censorship banded around a lot in the gaming space. But the thing is, we're not actually, well, currently we're not censored when it comes to video games. You can make a video game about whatever you want and put it out there. Platforms may or may not put it up. It may get pulled from some other platforms depending on its content. But there's no government oversight for you creating your game and releasing it. In China, government approves everything. That's why a lot of Western companies work with teams like Tencent and other Chinese-based companies, because they will take games through the approval process with the Chinese government. Your game can't exist in that space without approval, and they reserve the right to pull support of titles and have done. Blizzard are not big enough to even be a drop in China's economical bucket, so they are still entirely beholden.
Reactor online.
that makes a weird
Sensors
sense?
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
If you want to see censorship in a modern context, Halo MCC has a global version and one that's specifically for Chinese markets.
Yep. Also, Deus, thank you for the 11 months, friend. I apologize I didn't get back to you on the thing with the thing. I've been having a ponder on it, and I want to pitch you an idea, but it's a lot of time. So, yeah. No, it's not of time to pitch you, but it's like it would increase production time a lot. Oh, and Katros was saying that Japan is heavy on mobile and handheld, so with the possible of exceptionally Hearthstone, I don't see Blizzard being big Japan. Okay. Like, I didn't know if that situation had changed. I just had a sudden, like... Anyway. Oh, yeah. As a quick example, Martin was using, like, the undead character models in WoW, how in China they're different from the rest of the world. They don't have any showing bone structure. That's against... Deus. Okay, well, I'll quick picture you. We can chat about it later. So it's you, smoking jacket, glass of something fancy, doing it like Jonathan Frakes did the Truth or Fiction. So it's still like you at your desk, but you know the radio voice you're doing, and it's kind of like that. Some people say there are gods in Redacre. Let's look into it, or along those lines. Anyway, so bringing it back. Vadaby says Portal Sherry. I think you could get away with anything if it's got that chubby glass. I remember talking to a friend who did props and all the different horrible sugar waters that they used to make as faux alcohols. And I was like, don't people notice that this isn't whiskey? That this is just like lightly food-coloured... Isn't this just like steam-coloured... steam-coloured. Isn't this just like dark pea-coloured water?
Captain on the bridge.
2 more months to a year.
Stooge, you feckin' legend. How are you doing? How are you doing? Has your driving adventures started proper? Because I don't want to spoil it, but I always want to talk about it. But yeah. Popo.
Coming to get you.
Because it's because I said I'm anti-totalitarian.
Oh, that's what pale drunk looks like.
Yep.
You can kind of see her little voice.
Fiona brought little Anya in this morning, and she almost had like a murder beard of kale. Baron Ransack, yep. It was a good run. Tiny Nug. This is the youngest and currently the littlest. But we're working on feeding her up.
On a vet appointment tomorrow. You're so little.
Oh my god.
Tiny Nug.
Tiny Nug!
Tiny Nug. This one doesn't stop Nugget.
That can bear not. She's the shaky one.
Shaky.
This makes me very nervous. Oh, Greyjoy, those are some cute little nugs you got there. I wonder where those come from.
You can see her little green stain from parsley.
Yeah, the green parsley beard.
Okay.
Well, Stooge, I'm super sorry, friend, but I mean, cheers to him. I hope you and Straight are doing okay. I've done that thing where I've started like 3 different conversation threads. And Joda, good night to you, friend. Well, Beast of Bronze was saying it's like when their roommate would put the gecko on him. I was worried he might hurt it. Well, Cleona, the Screamer, or, well, as you may know them as Stunt Nugget, has leapt from my head more than once onto Fiona, and it's no, it doesn't justify buying a clunky new console with no backwards compatibility. Yeah. I mean, the PS4 is definitely the go-to for me personally, the last gen. Or current gen. Time travel's weird. But it's something I've wanted to do for a while, friends. And so that's what I did. Thanks to some very, very lovely Mother Hubbards who know they are, I managed to get a very, very good price on a new one. So, gonna set that up for him, get him some accounts. I mean, call it vanity, call it trying to make a bit more contact than my last living parent, but like, gonna put the Twitch app on there, see how he handles all this bantermancy. Who knows? Who knows? Well, LZ Epsilon, it's nothing super duper complicated. It's just the idea of using consoles and doing tasks daily that challenge your brain to stop degradation and things like that. So hopefully it helps. Hopefully it's not something that just sits on a shelf for 1,000 years gathering dust, only to be discovered by aliens investigating the... Wow, I don't know where I was going with that joke. Anyway, I just wanted you to... I wanted you all to know that that was a choice that I made. It is a big spend. But I've already got a crate of ramen noodles, so not going to go hungry. And LZ Epsilon, I'm going to start him on some baseball games, because that's his sport of choice. And I'm probably going to pick a couple of, low barrier to entry, indie games to give him a crack. You know, the kind of thing that doesn't have any kind of, combative nature, but he can move around in. Like, fucking the Stanley Parable or something like that. But yeah, I wanted you all to know that. I'm super open with what all the Longship funds get spent on, and that's not gonna change. Right now, Longship money is paying for the rent here, and for feeding our dumb human selves and a small herd of nuggets. The nuggets are considerably cheaper to feed than humans. Stu's great way to start your dad off. Existential crisis. Hey, he said he wanted to give his brain a workout. That is a game that will have you looking at the ceiling going, what is life? But requires very little hand-eye coordination to get through. Great introduction to dual thumbstick, dual analog stick. Friends, will you bear with me just a second? We're going to kick off Death Stranding in a sec. Please don't go anywhere. But I just want to... Sorry about that, dear friends. I do apologise. I do apologise. Right. So I tell you what. Oh, Ellie Epsilon was saying a gamer called Rasputin has a series of videos called Gaming for a Non-Gamer, where he had his wife play a selection of games to see how she'd do. So I've done user accessibility work before, and I've done stuff on... I've done work on non-games literate individuals experimenting with gaming. The problem he's going to have is twofold. Like, he doesn't have full mobility. So the reason why I went with the Xbox One is for the adaptive controller, because that thing is glorious. But that is going to take some setting up. The other thing is, he's been very much a technophobe, so I'm hoping that the combination of medical recommendation plus his stubbornness will get him through it. If you ever wondered where I got my stubbornness from. It feels weird talking about this. Is that strange? I don't have like a strong family contact. I kind of only really got in contact with my younger sister again after my mum passed away a couple of years back. And we kind of had a better relationship, but like, I got chucked out of my arse when I was 19. I've just been doing it since then. Like, and I'm not saying that as like a sub story or anything. It's just how I roll. Yeah, Beast of Bronze, there is definitely something about an older generation. But, I don't know. I hear stories about people playing games with their parents or sharing that with them, and you know what? I'm a little jealous, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm jealous. Like, games was always seen as a thing, was always seen as a waste of time, pastime, when I was growing up. And the reason that my first console was a Game Boy is I managed to basically lie my little arse off that it wasn't really a games console. So that's how I managed to get that one snuck under the radar. Stooge saying, was fortunate that my mum got into gaming. Oh, that's feckin' lovely, yo. Weirdly, so my little sister's friend's mum, who lived upstairs in the flats, was real computer savvy, and was the one that she would let me use her PC on the weekends, and we just blitzed through old LucasArts adventures. That's how I got really into that like Golden Age stuff. And like shite, we were playing like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis on a Windows 3.1, and then some of the other LucasArts stuff got ported to Mac, where my stepdad had a whole bunch of Mac stuff at his work. So while he was doing music-y stuff, I'd just be playing like Descent and Day of the Tentacle and Warcraft 2, stuff like that. Sorry, welcome to Oversharing Tuesday with your friend Will, where Will overshares details about his personal life. Aww. Oh, Fearless, that's feckin' lovely. Sorry, So, wow, we're getting some great stories all at once. So, Fearless was saying that their dad often gets questioned about why he likes watching them play games. And he tells them, if my kid was into soccer or baseball, I'd watch him play that. It's not fundamentally different. Beast of Bronze says that their ex-girlfriend's mum was huge into watching us play games. Super refreshing, as their parents were never interested. I mean, I guess more were. It just didn't get to see it. And Salen, it's weird that you mention, fight sticks. I read that as flight stick. Well, yeah, your new fight stick. See, my stepdad was super into hardcore, like, flight sims. He had, like, an F8-18 simulator that he was obsessed with. And so he got the full, like, HOTS and second setup and everything, which I then repurposed for MechWarrior, which is why I got really into playing MechWarrior. Like, it's not easier or better to play it with a joystick, but it feels great. Oh yeah. And Farbles, what ho, friend?
What? Ho.
Farbles, feckin' thank you, yo. It's 4 months at a tier 2, you ledge. Although I will say, because Stooge was saying like they'd love to play more Descent because it's a great flight combat sim. That's not wrong, but I played Descent on a rollerball OG, and you know what? It's way easier than when dealing with like full 3-dimensional movement. But I mean, this is in in times before mainstream internet. Hey, big girl, what's wrong? You're giving the bork. You're giving him the bork. Hop up. Good one. Hop up. Come on. Hop up. Aww. I what's been up? She's been lying by my feeties the last couple of days. See, sorry, Earl was saying that playing.
Because I literally sit out on the sun on the patio, and all of a sudden I hear a muffled whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's what that was.
And she was like bouncing, and all of her hackles were up. And I was like, no, you get inside now. And she was like, boom.
Oh.
So she's back here because mom yelled.
Oh, so yeah, mum's being mean. She's gonna be that. Dags. Am I right?
Like, look at this play.
Oh yeah, no.
Look at this play.
Friends, sorry if this is a little disorientating. She's right here.
Just staring at me. She's like, yeah.
Kind of rotate round. So there's Fiona, just giving the full stare. Yeah, there's large proportions of this room which are not as clean as they should be. I'm working on it. What was I doing? I just realised how that describes my entire house. Oh. Anyway, it's one thing that makes me smile as games become more and more part of culture. People are going to be able to have that cross-generational play, and I really like that. It makes me happy, yo. Sorry, Baron Ransack was asking if I ever owned the Steel Battalion controller. It was within my grasp, and I didn't have enough money. Back when I was working film and telly, there was a second-hand one that came on in, but it was like a week and a bit before payday, and even second-hand, it was still a whole bunch of cash. It's one of the fun things. One of the reasons I got to know Sadlin was because of the Steel Battalion setups at PAX's. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. There's also a really cool, like, part arcade, part kind of art exhibition thing. If you can imagine a combination of Steel Battalion and Keep Talking and No One Explodes, there's this, like, box cockpit they have at GDC, where one person with a massive manual, like this thick, takes them through how to do stuff. Dark Pun Dealer, Watto! Well, Dark Pun Dealer, I do not mind. I had a chat with Baron at the unofficial Season 1 rap party for Memory Equals Null. And... Heck, there's a lot I want to say, which I can't, because I want to spoil it for peeps, but there will be a reason to make teams. Shackle's like, why unofficial? So we can have an official one later. I have one party when you can have two. Plus, Lucifer's still doing the podcast cut of Memno. So, it's gonna... So, there'll be kind of like a now you can listen to it all rap. Oh, and on the Steel Battalion controllers, Favor 6 of the local game had one. They were 5 minutes too late. Someone's walking out. Yeah. In the UK, it was so hard to pick up. And Beast of Bronze is saying, I guess, what I'm hoping. Beast of Bronze says it's quite possible that with giving my dad, like, an Xbox adaptive controller, could open up a new world for him. And if he's been dealing with a sort of frustration to get things working for years, he'll work through it like anything else. He is really hoping. Oh yeah, Shackle, you're right. We had the rap party. We'll have the release party. Oh, and Mr. and everybody who's just joined us. What? Oh. I'm doing a thing! Alright, tweet deployed. Oh, Airman, I would love to get DJ in on a Memnal thing. Like, conflicting schedules and whatnot. Roll20 keeps sharing Baron Sheep's How to Start a Campaign video, which is feckin' cool. So I wanted to get Baron, DJ, and Jocat in the same Digi room to talk about like high tier stuff. And yeah, Dare to Dreamer, I've been chatting with him intermittently. Though the last time DJ had like a surprise bad health thing was the same day that all the verified people on Twitter lost their tick, which was not fun. It was the opposite of fun. It was very, very bad. Do not like. Do not like. Oh, and just very quickly, friends, so this week, today, Death Stranding, which will start in just a second. Tomorrow is the next of the Blackwell games. And the next Blackwell game is a prequel to the one we played last week. So if you enjoyed last week's Blackwell, it's gonna get better. Thursday we're doing Necro Barista, and I can't wait to show you. Friday, Blackout Club, and Saturday, let's all be beans. Let's all be bean people and throw ourselves around a bouncy castle of what could be best described as Imperial Guard Simulator. Because I want to do more. Oh, Stooge, do you mean the D&D tabletop stuff? Because I have not watched it yet, but I did see it got launched. I just hate that. I know there's some game news that I wanted to tell you all about, and I'm forgetting it a whole bunch. But whatever it is, it's dropping out of my head something fierce. And again, like we chatted a little bit earlier about Blizzard and whatnot. If anyone wants to go back to talking about those, it's like, I'm down for it.
Reactor online.
Hey!
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems
Pixie
nominal.
Druid, you feckin' legend.
Viking 64 Pride Paint.
Pixie Druid, how are you doing? Thank you for 6 months of coming to hang out with our lovely group of miscreants. How are you doing, friend? Wraiths... No, sorry, Alice is asking the important question. Have we talked about Frog Fractions relaunch and its perfectly normal cosmetic DLC? We have not. But seeing everyone losing their heck over Frog Fractions again, I'm trying to decide whether or not we should do it sooner or let it ruminate a little bit. Pixie Druid, I'm doing good today. I'm doing good. Prolo with, I don't know what Frog Fractions is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. Okay, I just need to... I'm trying to make sure I'm finding the correct... Okay, yeah. So, here's the thing you need to know. Frog Fractions is a totally normal game about frogs. Frog Fractions 2 took 2 and a bit years to unlock. But it's a totally normal game about frogs. Oh yeah, Marsha Rhea, everything about the Frog Fractions discoveries is just glorious. And I've been meaning to do it as a whole day, but one does not casually Frog Fractions. Because, like, it's, you've got to tell the stories around it. It's just glorious. You have to narrate this tale of frogs and fractions. Yup. Okay, you lovely Mother Hubbards. Let's get into game, and we can continue talking about frog fractions and whatever the heckity, the hoppity heckity you would like to, my friends. Guy Good was saying, try to give us uneducated folks a hook. God. I don't think it's unfair to call Frog Fractions the progenitus of things like Pony Island. Oh, Doug Pondula, Rocket Mech Judo. There is no greater subject. Yeah, sorry, I missed your comments on varying mech nonsense. But also, I want to say another thank you to Tal and to Rhymes with Moose for, in my absence on Saturday because I was so broken, running the movie night. They watched seminal, classic schlock robot film, Robot Wars, the pseudo but not real sequel to Robot Jocks, and oh boy, it's a trip and a half. I'd already seen it already, and as a film to inflict upon everybody, I thought that was a pretty good one. Oh, Doug Pun. Abso-heckin-lutely. Frog Factions 5, A Tale of Frogs and Fractions, eternally retold. Actually, Salem, thank you for the reminder. So, okay, the reason why Frog Fractions is getting a whole bunch of coverage at the moment is that the original game is now free. You can just download Frog Fractions Game of the Year Edition or Game of the Decade Edition on Steam. There is a $6 cosmetic DLC, but what I recommend you do is you finish Frog Fractions, and then look into Frog Fractions 2. It's a story. Oh, dang. I mean, Dark Pun, that would have been some top-tier anti-Vox nonsense. Outer shell, thin plate, superheated by power current from mech's core. Nice. Oh, and Alice has a good point. You might already have Frog Fractions 2 if you have the itch bundle, which is basically all games. Though, in fact, but I was trying to total in my head, like, between the itch bundle and my Steam library, like, I'm pushing like 3K games. Stooge says, you talk about robot movies, made me think of Real Steel. Which one was Real Steel? Was that the robot boxing one? God, I think I watched it drunk. I remember it being much better than I was expecting. Oh yeah, boxing Hugh Jackman. Raven Penguin, it's not too many games. Oh, caffeine, yes! I'm so sorry. Like, just with everything that's been going on in the world, that I didn't manage to be the one to post the Scythe cinematic, which does feature a robot bayonet charge. I do not remember what we're doing. Oh yeah, we unlocked a bunch of stuff. Ah, yes. Found a few places. A few places where people feel bad. And we can't unlock these yet because of reasons. Hey, Mal. Watto! But yeah, friends, if you haven't seen it, the new cinematic trailer for Scythe, which I believe is going to be their opening. Oh my word. It's so good. Because I tried playing... God, I think it was the... I'd have to have a look through my library, because I feel like with Scythe and that whole kind of like, what if World War I mechs tabletop adaptation stuff, there's one other title in that world that I tried playing that was very, very... okay. And my personal philosophy with gigantic video game libraries is that, you know, in households of old, having a huge library room in your house was a sign of knowledge and decadence. I have the same thing, but with video games. I'm never worried about what it is I'm gonna have to get to play next. Cosplayer's not talking to me yet. Baron says, so will himself to complete Death Stranding's greatest challenge, the No Monster Run. Mal, good luck with the Fall Guys server. Oh, and Joda, have yourself a good evening, friend. I do find myself, not in a snarky manner, but I do find myself wanting to be like, how did you not realize this was going to happen? Alright, let's just jump onto the next story mission and just keep it going. Oh, wow. Building seems to be the way to go. We'll do some story beats to start with, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we didn't get the chance to send out our little tiny robot. Alright, orders for Sam. Jesus. So fragile cargo, less than 50% charge. Yeah, story beans. Arabian says, honestly, traffic around Fall Guys' social media seemed extremely low compared to other Devolver games. It was easy to misread the hype. I mean, Raving... The clamoring they had at the technical beta was very, very much reminiscent of PUBG at launch. So I really hope that they managed to weather the storm and get through it. But like, when you have that many technical betas and you have that much keen and enthusiasm around it, like, planning for a strong day one, you don't get to be #1 on Twitch if you're not about to have a big launch. Oh, and Mal, that's real good to hear, yo. That's real good to hear. Alright. And away we go! So we'll take this. We've got a bike.
According to the junk dealer, the Cairo Hourglass is extremely fragile, and that kind of cargo is best carried by hand.
That's a little something from the junk dealer. Sam, that active skeleton is built for speed. It's designed to augment muscle movement, enabling you to travel faster. There's even a boost function if you really need to hustle, but it'll eat up battery about as fast as you eat up the ground. To think he made a thing like that out of junk. Talent like his shouldn't go to waste.
I guess we'll give the, we'll give it a run. And... all right. There we go. The Dreamer says the scary band's about to hit us now and rain's coming in. So, to Dreamer, Vanderbeest, like, let us know how you're doing. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. I'm going to be the over-worrying... You know I'm the over-worrying sort, but...
Order assigned.
Guess I don't get to take my feckin' bike.
Name's Sam.
And now I have to faff around with a bunch of that. Alright, select multiple. Offload. Go. Oh no! Well, Caffeine, it was good to see you, albeit briefly, friend. Alright. On it! actually didn't overpack for once. Now, do we have to keep it? Do we have to keep it in hand? Or should I just be a cheeky bad word? Because we are here. We've got a skirt. Heck. So, Dog Pun Dealer, how far into Memnol stuff have you gotten? And Salem, you know what? You're right. I am being overly critical because Salem was saying, looking at the library of games that Mediatonic have developed, they're not seeing anything that would suggest a kind of experience with server support. You're right. You're right. I guess it's just that thing of like they have Devolver money, which isn't like, you know, Microsoft money or anything along those lines. But it is the case. Alright. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. But it is the case of they have a lot of supplies that
Reactor online. Sensors
Oh!
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Oh, it's that time again.
Feckin' yeah, it is. 19 months of it, no less. Harmonious, how you doing, friend? And thank you. Beta Bronze says, so this is Kojima's low-key comedy game. I mean, they're all low-key comedy games with Kojima's involved. But I will say, I'm really enjoying this game. Like, a lot more than I thought I was going to. And honestly, like Beast of Bronze, considering the state of things currently, the idea of making the world a little bit of a better place through the medium of just delivering packages and connecting people is kind of nice. Though I will admit, more than a little bit of salt. The sheer amount of coverage just their logo character gets. Like the space guy. Feckin' out. Alright, we've got time for. So we know that whole area is a feckin' disaster.
There we go.
So I reckon let's just skirt. Try and avoid getting BB into any stressful situations and go from there. And Zuro, I'm gonna need you to turn in your joke gun and joke badge for that one. Yeah. Well, and Beast of Bronze, like this. If you think about when the concept of this game was started, assuming that Death Stranding had a minimum of 3 years development, so I guess not too long after the split. Oh crap, I wasn't even checking. Alright, so we got some BTs over that way. And a shitload of BTs in the city. Sorry. So this game was... I don't think it would be unfair to say this game was in development for what? 3-4 years? If we count pre-production, at least 5 or 6. So the concept of kind of like America becoming a series of isolated, shut-in communities, separated from one another.
There we go.
Like...
Nice.
There's... Oh, cool. People are enjoying my roads. Yeah, so it was revealed at 2016. So yeah, at least 3 years. Maybe more. And this terrain is jagged as. I could use some more crystals. Let's just hoover this up. It's just, the reason why I wanted to reference that is that the thematical topics of kind of like isolationism of, you know, fractured communities and elements like that, like...
There we go.
Kojima was pitching this idea long before a lot of the things that are affecting us now. It's fascinating to think about.
Nice.
I should also start getting away from the habit of just referring to Kojima Productions as being the creation of one person, because no matter how involved with elements of development he was, it's still this was still the creation of a whole team of people. Favor6 says the early stages of this game's timeline must have been devastating. Feckin' right? We don't know, like, it's not been made clear to us, the user, how long it's been since the timefall and everything started, since the discovery of the beach. We haven't even had that really confirmed to us yet. I'm just stocking up on shiny crystals now. They're one of the few resources that don't take up space, so it's just my immediate reaction is to hoard.
There we go.
I see that little shiny hand over there.
Nice.
Anyway. So what were we chatting about earlier today? So we've chatted a little bit about Blizzard. We've chatted a little bit about Fall Guys. Oh, yes, we were talking about Fall Guys. I guess the thing that I was dancing around Sadlin before jumping back to it was that Devolver do have cash. They're not Microsoft rich. They're not CD Projekt Red rich, but they have cash. There are companies you can work with that will do, like, especially for like day one, week one launches, like scaling server solutions. Like, that is a thing that you can pay for. It costs money.
There we go.
It's just, it is interesting, the idea that they were unaware of how successful their title was going to be. Like, #1 on Twitch during their beta weekend should have been like a big, like, oh boy. Oh yes, and Arden, that's a very good point. See, alongside the I can't remember what they're called either.
There we go.
But whatever element the BTs are made out of, when you burn the bodies, the ash in the air seems to disperse that through the air, which summons more BTs. So burning corpses, even safely, can still result in you having a bunch of bad words. There's that rainbow. I'm just going to do a quick one with the rainbow above. There we go. Screenshot! What? I gotta... What? I gotta grab more screenshots. So Beast of Roland was asking, what sort of stuff did you do in the industry before turning towards Twitch side? I love the Total War series and we're playing modded modded Med 2 recently. God. Well, I cut my teeth at Lionhead back when they used to do, like, you could sign up to be a tester for a week, like a beta tester. They'd give you a course certificate, and you got to go to the studio and work there for a week, and it was pretty fucking awesome.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges.
I also
ID.
did a...
Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
I also did...
Cargo verified.
I worked there for a summer as well, as like a paid intern. It was real cool. So that was my intro to the industry. I then ended up bouncing around a few different, you know, the usual like retail bars, did a stint in film and television. Then ended up at Sega after the recession. Hang on, let me tell you my tale in just a second. I wanna dunk this. It knows that we have it nearby, which is
delivering
nice.
cargo.
Are you with Fragile Express? No. You're a Bridges porter, aren't you? I'm not expecting a package. Oh, it's nothing dangerous, is it? Oh my lord. I never thought I'd see this again. Let me have a closer look.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Yo!
Incredible. Not so much as a single scratch.
Whoever that was that gifted a
can't
sub to
thank
Marshall
you
Ray,
enough.
you fucking legend. Thank you kindly. Marshall Ray, you got tagged. House Carl got your number. So yeah, Will's story. Lionhead did my longest stint at the Creative Assembly, so I started on the tail end of Empire at Sega. Then I did work on Napoleon at Sega. Then moved over to CA for Shogun 2. So I did Shogun 2, Fall of Samurai, then Rome 2 and all its editions, and then Attila. That was my journey. After that, I did a stint at a company called Improbable, which is where a lot of my knowledge about networks and servers and all that stuff comes from. And then I did a stint at a company in New Zealand called Rocketworks. That's my little games industry journey. Oh, so Beast of Bronze, my skill set is definitely more QA community was my path. So QA testing, then went into community stuff, mainly because I had a knowledge of the game and I had a background in film production, so I knew how to like make a video. And I ended up doing video assets. Initially, were going to be based on the clan competition in Shogun 2.
I'm happy to be a part of the UCA.
Alright. Floating Norman Reedus and his baby. Feed us! Woohoo! Anti-BT handgun. Yes.
You'll drop by again, won't you?
Wait, what?
Take me with you. Please. I have to see him again. I made this for him, you know. When the terrorists attacked, my mother and I barely escaped with our lives. I tried to find him afterwards. I did. I just didn't know where to look. But that's not why I stopped.
Sure wish I
My
brought my
mother
motorbike
didn't
now.
like him. She made that pretty clear.
Ma'am, I'm just your delivery guy. I
didn't
honestly
think
don't care who you date.
She'd go as far as to lie.
I'm so sorry.
So when she said that he died, I believed her
I've met you for literally 2 seconds.
until I heard that message. It's him. It's really him.
Wait, isn't crying a sign of, like, using the powers?
I should never have given up.
Hard-hearted delivery guy. I'm just saying, like...
I knew he was out there somewhere. But I couldn't leave my mother all alone.
I just keep thinking
So
of that
I
bit
tried to
from
make
Crazy
my peace
Ex-Girlfriend,
with it.
where she has a breakdown and is trying to get the delivery package guy to say she's a good person. Like, I just feel like it's
Only
awkward.
I couldn't. Not even if I do wanted to. I was stuck in the past,
Ma'am,
unable to move on.
no, I'm not unsympathetic, but I need you to sign this. I need you to sign this so I can go back to work.
Take me to him. I'm begging you. I'm ready to go. Right now, if you want. Just say you'll take me.
Yeah, Elsie Epsilon, he's just there like... Where? Cool. Okay, bye.
Well, okay. But we really only have one method for delivering a human. Get in the body bag and I'll strap you to my back.
I'm just saying, we could make this order real easy with a trebuchet. Sorry, I read that as antique churros there, and I was like, ooh.
Deploying autonomous delivery bot.
Go, go, feedy robot! Crap, what did we call him? We had a great name. We had a great name for the robot, and I forgot what it was.
That there's a handgun configured to fire hermetic rounds. Bullets loaded with your own blood. Should do some damage to any BTs you come across. The gun draws blood from your body, or any bags on hand, to fill its cartridges when in use. Length of the trigger pull determines the amount loaded into the next round. Longer pulls mean more blood and more potential damage to the BT on the receiving end. Just don't drain yourself dry by accident, okay?
Oh, we shouldn't need that. Bottle gun, blood gun. We've got a gun that shoots blood! It's just a super soaker with an IV. Wow, I'm feeling really dizzy and lightheaded all of a sudden. I think maybe this blood gun was a bad... Sorry. Sorry, for those of you who are wondering what the bloody hell that last cutscene was, basically, the junk dealer is mad at us, I guess, because when one of the cities got blown up, the love of his life, the lass that we just met, died in that. Only she didn't. Her mum lied to say that he died because of reasons. But I want you to imagine having that interaction with a person who's just come to deliver you just like a regular UPS package. Like, I just need you to sign for this, ma'am, please. Excuse me. Yeah, new gun, and you're the magazine. Okay. So let's just get... Oh, actually, no, we can share the memory chip data.
Well, thanks. You did me a real favor there.
You're a saint, Sam. Thank you.
So LZ Epsilon's asking, I wonder how mules react to your blood gun. If someone came at you with a super soaker full of blood, just... There's two ways this goes down, and I feel more often than not, people would be like, oh god. But like, 1 in every 10 people is like, and then you're in for an even worse time. Ask a UPS delivery person that you need verification for your physical reality before you can sign. In confidence. Make friends. But there is one thing that I did want to add just on the end of the Fall Guys thing, is we're going to be playing on Saturday. Like, so if any of you do pick it up throughout the week, we're just going to all Zerg wave it. I think we can put like 4 people in a group. That's just for hex and giggles. So we can rotate people. Probably won't be doing on voice chat, but I've invited Fiona to rejoin us for another round. And while that would stall Civ Saturday for a week, I want to do the running of the beans. Whereas I think I put it on the schedule as Imperial Guard Training Simulator. But one of the things to look at, friends, is how... Look at how users react to server outages. And it's one of those things whereby... When I checked Fall Guys when I was having coffee this morning, like, it was already at mixed reviews on Steam, but it had like 4,500. It's back up to mostly positive, thanks to an additional additional 1,500 reviews on Steam, just day one. But so many of those reviews are actually just either requests for technical support or comments on technical elements. And it's always worth remembering that users don't care why it doesn't work if it doesn't work. There are a lot of people who are very educated, who are very understanding of the process and the technical difficulties of it, but more users than not don't give a hot feck. Let's see if there's any cargo around here.
Who wants to sing?
Hey, thank you, Fiona. Yeah, I really don't want to blame users for that, but I wanna. So Dark Pond was saying, is there a page on Discord for you to suggest content for tabletop games you play? We have the Dice and Yet More Dice channel. That's where most of our like tabletop content discussions go. But it's, I mean, that's what I was asking earlier, is how up to date on Memnol are you, Dark Pond? Because... Ooh. Nice. Got some slightly better shoes. Quite a few good bolo guns. AC. I could just recycle these as now.
Oh, hello. I'm here to deliver some monster energy cuddles.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
It is Atticus, the tiny bridge nugget.
I am the bridge nugget.
Bridge nugget sounds way better than bridge baby. What's that, Atticus? Do you sense BTs on the wind?
I sense parsley.
But Atticus, we need you to sense the spooky ghosts from this realm and the next.
But what about parsley?
Oh crap, he's detecting parsley, we're all dead. How you holding up?
I'm alright. Ow, ow! Yeah, I yelled. You bit me.
Atticus coming and saying hello. We just had a very interesting moment where we went to just deliver a package, and this woman actually came out of her shelter and talked our ear off about like her relationship and stuff, and we're like, ma'am, we just came to deliver a package.
Please just take this wherever you're sitting on foot.
I understand your mum doesn't approve of your relationship, and that must be hard for you. I'm not without sympathy, but you're telling us a lot of things we've never met before.
Oh, bridge nugget. I know you don't like being the bridge nugget. I need you to sense the parsley.
Prunes definitely.
The phantom parsley.
Phantom parsley was Atticus's previous one. That's where he got the scar.
Phantom parsley.
The
Didn't
phantom
get away
parsley.
from the phantom parsley enough.
I just want to do an all nugget remake of Kojima games now. Dun 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 dun.
You are like a poop fiend, man. Poop, poop, poop.
Yeah, I'll take some blood grenades. Actually, I definitely want the power skeleton over the... I definitely want the power skeleton over the speed skeleton. Okay. I mean, Phyllis, the idea is wonderful of having like the little nugget in the carrier, but... Hey, Scotty, what, old friend? Oh yeah, and sorry, here's me leaping between multiple topics. I get I get distracted by nuggets. So, yeah, Kisa makes a good point, Dark Pun Dealer. We have an ongoing West Marches style campaign called Oak Hollow that a lot of people have been playing. And if you're in need of a tabletop fix, that's definitely the way to do it. Alright, no. Sorry, feck everything else. I need to go have a look at this. Yeah, I'm just going to bring up Discord over here. Look, if Ems has a new cat, I'm going to look at the new cat, alright? Oh, little Zeus! Look at his little face! So, friends, over on Discord is a picture of Ems's cat, and they look like a cutie patootie. Oh, Saphira, Watto! Oh, he's crazy cuddly. Oh, that's so lovely. That's so lovely. Oh, Vanabis, you wanted to... Well, you can go see it on... You can go see it on Discord. It's over there. And I'm not saying that I'm not bringing the cat up because I can't compare to how adorable that cat is, but I'm thinking it real loud.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you for your continued support.
And yeah, without going into Spoiler Town, we have seen that character again. Okay. Oh, it's a private locker, so we want to store speed skeleton. I guess we're good for everything else. Yeah. Just the speed skeleton. Oh, to Rigbo, thank you kindly for the follow. Oh, the rhyming there was actually unintentional. I kind of fell into it. Good's like, wait, okay. Frog Fractions is weird as heck. Yep. Now you need to find Frog Fractions 2. Good luck. It took the internet 2 years to find it. That game was ready to drop for 2 years. Okay. Every time I read Take On Orders, I do read that in the aha Take On Me voice. Dark Pun Dealer, I apologize I missed Pandora's Murder Box earlier. The other thing to note, Dark Pun Dealer, is while you wouldn't be able to use custom equipment, we are going to do another round of the Balu Bowl. Actually, the next one's going to be the Magnus Bowl. We don't have a date and a time on that one. Baron's going to take some fucking time off because he's been running Oak Hollow, Memnol, and moved house like in the last few weeks. So I'm not going to bug him with stuff, but at some point soon we're going to do a big tournament. And what we've done in the past is everyone's created their own team of giant robots, and they've done battle. And so we've done it kind of like a group game battle royale. And the thing about the Balu Bowl and the Magnus Bowl is it's not... The goal isn't to necessarily win. It's... Yes, winning is...
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Misty, you heckin' legend. What, ho, friend? Come on in, come on in. Oh, Kisa's asking if we get Magnus Mech Prom. Yeah. See, and that's the interesting thing. Oh, see, I don't want to spoil Memnol ending. Oh. And for those of you that haven't been watching the main shows of Memnol, which I do understand, but there is going to be there currently is a podcast cut of Memnol if you want to catch up, and that's going to be continuing. Yeah, for the Magnus Bowl, just keep an eye here, keep an eye on the Discord. We haven't set a date for it, but you'll have plenty of time in advance to give it a go. To give it a go and to make a team. Right. Back to the junk dealer. Human delivery. We've got one ladder. I might take a second. Alright, we've got boots 3. And we've got 2 bolo guns. Can I just put her on a little cart? Let's bring her with. Oh, Scotty, no spoilers! God! Yeah, I'm sorry, friends. Scotty spoiled the ending to Memory Equals Null. It was all a dream. And we just wake up in the shower. The Dallas ending. Scotty, do you... The Dallas ending is one of those things that reminds me of the speed of the passage of time. Because I realised that was an old joke. That was an old joke when I was young. Like, jumping the shark as a turn of phrase.
As you know, you'll be transporting a living human being for a change. It goes without saying that any falls or heavy impacts sustained may result in injury to your client.
This is unsettling.
So proceed with caution, now more than ever.
Oh wow, she's just gonna hang out on the back there. NBD. I am saying, I'm not saying Death Stranding needs this, but it's nice if Hi-Res released like a pizza delivery game in the Tribes universe, like Spin Fuser Fire a Pizza. There's pepperoni everywhere. Aaron's like, I thought we were joking about the body bag. This is Kojima we're dealing with here. Nothing is beyond. Alright, I'll be back in a second. You can deal with all this weirdness.
I'll hold the hourglass. I don't want it to break.
Thank you for your contribution.
Did it get weird? She's just having a little nap there. Cool. Should have brought my bike. Oh, cool. Get the bridges though.
Don't mind me.
We can take the bike! Oh, this is gonna be cool. That is going to make life a lot
Weapons restrictions
easier.
lifted.
It's not far from here, I think. Look for the turn. Where it bubbles up and spreads. That's how you can tell. It'll swallow you up, feel it? It's bottomless.
I say this with love and respect. But ma'am, of the two of us, one of us is a professional delivery person.
Terrarium contaminated waste.
Mine's like, what kind of Horizon Zero Dawn shit is that?
If you don't have time to burn them, there's always the tar.
I'll drown you in the bloody tar. No, I won't. That's an empty threat, and you know it. Alright, let's see if we can take a vehicle and her at the same time. Because...
Alright, time to move.
Yeah! We don't have to walk.
Thank you. Kindly.
Thank you, Karen. Right. Favor's asking, what's stopping her from walking? I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's got something to do with the kit that we've got is very expensive or very difficult to acquire. There's a whole kind of like lost technology implication with this game. that a lot of the stuff that they use, they don't actually know where it came from or how it was manufactured. So that could be it. I mean, the other thing is, on foot, if you can't sense BTs or don't have a bridge baby to detect them, you don't know where it's at. Yeah, not having something better than a timefall poncho. This whole area here is a bad idea. Honestly, I think we're just going to retrace our steps on this one. Because we get a little close to the city, but like anything we can do to avoid it is ideal. But the junk dealer's going to end up with all my bloody vehicles. Oh, you're fine. Hey. How you doing? Oh, he's having a good time. Maybe we should just go on foot. To Dream was like, I persist in my ability. I believe there was a better way to do this. The timefall's starting. But damn it, the soundtrack of this game is amazing. Not okay. Yeah, I know, baby. I know. Boo-boo. We good? Oh, thank you. Yeah, can we go back to our lovely, soothing soundtrack? Can we no?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
That could have been a lot worse. That lovely, super soothing music and then, oh, good. Alright, deliver requested cargo. Human deliverable. Hang on. I've got to unwrap your girlfriend.
Are you hurt? Thanks, Bridges.
I thought he was about to check his watch.
That's my line, silly.
I thought you were dead.
My mom told me you were.
Yeah, at least we didn't throw into the hydraulic shelf.
I kept it close. Always. But after the attack, it stopped working. I thought about fixing it, getting the sand flowing again. But it felt too much like moving on. Like forgetting you.
Well, now we can both move on. Together, you and me. If you're ready.
Of course.
The man I knew. They don't peddle junk. He fixed things, made them like new again. Picking up the pieces and making the most of them. That's what I do best too. But this is one piece. We don't need. The only time that matters is the time I spend with you. So let's count the moments ourselves.
Yeah, we need you to both stay under the awning, because if one of you gets eaten by BTs before I get paid, I'm gonna be livid.
I'm asking you to marry me, dummy.
I will. I do. Yes.
One other thing.
What?
I'm actually covered in monsters.
Don't hate Mom, please.
No, you lot are terrible!
This is what we want. Help her
Oh.
to understand and accept it.
Just Martin with literal mail order bride. And I'm like,
Because she needs us.
technically,
And
yes.
I need her.
All right. I'm pretty good at patching things up.
Sam, I'm gonna need to deliver this ticking package to the bride-to-be's mother. I only 2 stars for that. I delivered your bloody love of your life. Scotty's like, he's waiting for the inevitable. I think the mother-in-law should move in with us. No.
Sorry, I was such an asshole. I treated you and Fragile like shit.
No ding-dong.
I'm gonna try and make a fresh start with my girl. And though I can't do half of what you people do out there every day, I'm ready to pull my weight. If you need anything fixed, I'm your man. The UCA can count on me. It'll take some getting used to, but it's past time.
We'll take
will
it on
join the
screenshots.
UCA's network. I won't let you down. I swear.
We'll never forget you.
Sam, no touchy.
Thank you.
Get out of my house. Oh my word. Okay. Alright, so now I can build speed skeletons in silver and gold. Stun bomb.
Sam, that whole region is connected to the Cairo network now. Head for the next area. To connect South Knot City, you'll need to make a delivery from Lake Knot City.
Huh? Not sure I follow. Why not just get them on the network? Let them print what they need.
Because you can't print everything. You do know that, right? Food, medicine, organic compounds, that blood of yours that's proven so effective against BTs? None of that can be sent via the network. Only the old-fashioned way. The people of South Knot have been struggling ever since the last attack. Now, if they're to survive, they'll need all the supplies Lake Knot can spare. Head back there and pick up the order. By the way, sometimes you might find yourself traveling home empty-handed, right? Wasted trip, I say. Make the most out of it by making sure you've always got an order on your back. For instance, one just came in from the junk dealer. A joint request from him and the Cairo artist, looks like. I think it'd be in everyone's best interest if you took it on. Check the terminal for details.
Heads up, Sam. I'm detecting abnormal Cairo levels to the north of South Knot City. The numbers indicate heavy timefall in the area. It appears to be some kind of storm, but nothing like anything I've ever seen before.
Oh, good.
Though, truth be told, I can't actually see it either. The storm should be right outside my lab, but with the baby, I'm in no position to investigate. Doesn't seem to have done any real damage yet, but would you mind looking into it for me? Just be sure to keep your distance, alright?
Okay. Creep on the timefall storm. Alright. More work, says the man not doing any feckin' work. Right. Well, let's see what they got for us. So, orders for Sam. Prototype. Sounds like a good idea. Standard orders. Glass reclaimed from junk. Old war footage. We could take some war footage. How much is that? It's 45 kilos. We could do a couple to the distribution center. We're mostly going past mules, so bolo, rope, and a good time. Got decent booties, got a power skeleton and some blood bags. One bolo gun 2. Yeah, I think we're ready to roll. That's the one piece of advice someone gave me when starting this was, you don't feel like you have to do the thing you do in like Metal Gear where you've got like one of every weapon to handle every situation. So, take orders. Orders for Sam. Doop-de-doo, apples and pears. Ladder, climbing anchor, boots, bolo gun. Could take one of the floating carriers. Yeah, why not? We haven't used one of those in a while. And then once we've delivered everything, we can skateboard it back home. Yeah, I hope you'll forgive a little bit of my, I don't want to say cynicism, but... Alright, so... Tank carrier. Then take the next lot and put that on their little I need 10 kilograms of broken glass, 3 quick disassemble lawn chairs, 20 nutrition cubes, 52 tooth filling molds, and a partridge in a pear tree. Right, well, we're going to distribution center anyway, so. Alright. And away we go.
Order assigned.
So Favor 6, it's a complicated thing. The discussion about like using video games as medicine. Oh. Okay, so we now have an order to go and deliver from the prepper to the cosplayer, so we can unlock that one. Alright, cool. Wow, I'm so sorry, friends. I went right into, like, video game tunnely vision. How are you all doing? Salen was just doing a quick reminder. It's a little confusing, but there are local and regional voting going on in varying places in the US at the moment, so kind of one of those remote reminder if their vote. We talked about Blizz a whole bunch, and I don't think there's anything too much else that needs working on that. Though I don't think it's unfair to say that big companies like that are why most people do aspire to be indie. And especially people who work in a very, very, very large environment. Like, the amount of creative freedom you get decreases the more people you have working on a project. There was some really good games industry news, and I wanted to talk to you all about it, and for whatever reason it dropped out of my dumb head. Right. We've got enough bolo meringues to handle. You know what? Kind of like that shot. Kind of like that shot a lot. Well, so there was a sorry, Favor 6. I may need to get myself another coffee. I'm slowly remembering all of the stuff and things. So there is a particular video game that supposedly has been designed specifically to help with, I believe it was ADHD and similar conditions. But it is a game that you can only acquire as a prescription. So it's something that is prescribed to an individual that is meant to help with the treatment of those conditions.